Hello Minecrafters, TerenceKaiser here. What we've got for you today is automatic melon farm. We're going to do a tutorial on that. What we've got here, we've got three different setups. We're only going to do tutorial on this one here. So we've got a row of pistons in the back, that's going to break our melons, and our activator piston on our bud just here. They all run off the same sort of principle, just with a activator bud, and each one has their own unique selling points. So this one, as you see, is really thin, but it's quite tall, and it goes down into the ground as well, which isn't a problem because our collection area is going to be there. But it just depends which design you like. I will do a tutorial on the different buds at some point. This is one that I've got under my house. It's only 2 high, which was very useful because I was fitting it under the second floor of the house. And this will be our collection area for the melons. We'll just have a minecart with a hopper running along there. But this is the one we're going to do the design of. As you see, it's sort of a mixture between the two. It's not quite as high all over, and it's a bit thinner than the second one along. They all work off the same principle, as I said. So our melons will grow along here. I'll just give you a little demonstration. Activate there, break all our melons, and our minecart will be going around and collecting all them melons as we speak. Yeah, all run off the same principle, so just activator on the left, activator there. So, about time for the tutorial. Get on with it, Terence. Right, so we're going to make it just over here. This is what we need. I'll show you in a sec. So we need bone meal, just if you need it. Bricks of choice, 8 pistons, 1 sticky piston for the bud, sand for the bud, glass, 11 pieces of redstone, 1 repeater, 2 torches, 1 redstone block. That would be for your activator downstairs, or not activator, sorry, your collection. Wool, just for the circuits I'm using. 15 rails, 1 powered rail, minecart with a hopper, 2 hoppers. You can get away with just using 1 if you're a bit short on materials. Hoe and seeds and bone meal to get you started. And I've just got a melon here just for demonstrations at the end. Right, we'll start with our bud switch. So this bud switch design has been about for donkey's years. But I'll show you, I'll go through how to build it. So if you don't know, this is what all the things we need for our bud. So sticky piston first on the floor. On top of that we'll have a glass brick, sand on top of that, and then for our wiring we need a repeater going into the sand, a power source, and then our output is going to be on the back here. So when it activates, I'll just give you a little demonstration. Or not. we'll see it at the end. Anyway, so when anything block updates that piston, it set it all off. So we want our next, we're sticking our pistons for breaking our melons. We'll have 8 of them. You can do as many as you like or as little as you like. As it's a fully automatic farm, you don't really need that many. Like 8 is absolutely plenty, but you can get away with just having 4 because it's just going to run constantly. Right, we'll have our blocks in the back to power our pistons, redstone coming off that torch, and that will power it all. So whenever this block is updated and power the lot. And so our melon's going to grow right in that gap and power it all. So let's get our melons in next. Get that done and out of the way, and then they can be growing. Right, you don't need water with this design, because once the seeds are planted, the ground's not going to become untilled. So bone meal, get them all started. Obviously if you haven't got bone meal, just let them grow at their own pace. I just want to be a bit quicker just for demonstration. Right, that is pretty much your melon design, your automatic melon farm design. So we're just now going to put in a fascia just to stop the melons scattering everywhere, and then a row on top. You have to make sure that that row on top is glass or another kind of see-through block, so glass will do, or glowstone, something like that. So we're sticking our blocks of choice, whatever you want to use, just on the edges, and now the melons can only grow next to the pistons. So on the top here we can put normal blocks on top of here if we want, because the melons will grow into a one space gap. I usually like to use glowstone just to light it up a little bit, but I haven't got my glowstone out, so let's just quickly grab some of that. Here we go. So chuck that in. That will help with the growth as well at night, so they'll just continue to grow at night, just to make it as efficient as possible. And that is our melon farm. We just need now to get in the collection area, because at the moment they're just going to scatter everywhere and sit on the ground. So we're just going to dig down underneath. I'm just digging them bits out just for a guide. So our track needs to go under everywhere that the melons can fall, so we want to go 2 into the back. And we need to go too deep, because we're going to have to have our minecart going directly under the block, so in order for it to pick up the melons through the block. And we're also going to need something to place our blocks on. We could have just left the mud there and done that, but we're going to make it look a bit better. I like to put all my redstone on coloured wool, so it's just a bit easier to see. That is everything we need, but I forgot a chest. We need a chest, because otherwise your items are just going to sit in a hopper. 64, but we don't quite need that many. That's where I realise I haven't dug quite far enough. So we'll smash out them bits as well. So it's going to be 8 along. So we'll stick our hopper at the end here. Our minecart will drop everything into the hopper. You can get away with just doing that one and having the chest underneath, but I like to bring it back slightly so you don't have to go right underneath your melon farm. So we just pop another hopper in there. Just make a little walkway down there. And then in the middle here, if you put a redstone block, and that's just going to power your powered rail. You can put a torch, dig down even further and put a torch, but I'm sitting on bedrock here, so I can't. So you want to crouch to place on top of the hopper, and run them into the back. Pop your minecart with hopper on, and away it goes. And that, because of the powered rail, that will just continue to go round and round, pick up your melons whenever they drop. And that is your complete build. I'll just stick some blocks under here to smarten it up a bit. And then just stick some dirt in, because otherwise that's going to annoy me. There we go. Finished. Hope you like this design. I'm just going to smash the glass out here and give you a little demonstration, show it all works. Where are their melons? So, pretend all our melons have just grown naturally there. Last one in, activate, boom. And the minecart will go around and pick up all them bits of melon through the dirt. So you don't need that much exposed collection like a big water area or anything like that. And so that's gone round, picked them all up into the hopper, into this hopper, and into your chest. So I'll just give you another little demonstration. Them up, and every time that goes over the hopper, that will drop one in, which will pass through into your chest. Just like that. Some of you might not want a chest underground, in which case on this middle one I'll show you I've got a little item elevator set up. I will do a tutorial at some point on item elevators, but this is a very simple one, so you can copy it from here if you want. Just 3 droppers, and they're powered by this activator rail. Every time it pops over, it will put a signal in to the little torch tower, so it's a block, torch on top, block on top of that. And I've just used the mud as the block on top of that, the dirt block. Thank you, and goodbye.